Welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lepke, and today I am bowing down to our robot overlords. I found an AI that can generate stories. What happens is you enter in a custom prompt and it will continue whatever it is that you've written so that you can end up writing a full story with it if you really want to. My plan is to use that to write a short story. They're only giving me about 10,000 characters that I'll be able to use in a week's time. So I'm gonna get as much of a story in as I can, try to get it about 10,000 characters or less, and see what I can come up with. I'm really excited about this. I think it's hilarious. I've seen other people use it to, generate funny little snippets and everything. But what I want to do is I'll enter in my prompt, and then whatever the AI comes up with, the next part of the story, I have to continue based on what the AI wrote. So this AI is called Talk to Transformer, and you can enter in, it has these like pre-recorded prompts for it, but you can enter in your own custom prompt, and that's how I'm gonna go about telling a story. All right, now where do I wanna begin? What type of story should I write? It might be interesting to do like a pirate story. Yeah, I think I'll do a pirate story. And that brings to mind, there were a couple of pirates. It was Anne Bonny and Mary Read. They were two very famous pirates a long time ago in the Caribbean. And Anne Bonny ended up being the first mate of, his name was Calico Jack. And what happened with them is that they attacked a ship and all of the men got drunk that night. And then while they were wasted and celebrating having taken down this other vessel and gotten all of the treasure and all of that kind of stuff, they were attacked by the Navy. And everybody who wasn't killed was captured. And Anne Bonny had heard that Calico Jack had gone to the noose crying. What's recorded as her comment about that was that if you live like a dog, you have to be prepared to die like a dog. She and Mary Read, who were best friends, they got a stay of execution because they were both pregnant. And Mary Read actually died in childbirth, but Anne Bonny, she had her child, but the child passed, or she had like a miscarriage or something. And then she disappeared, and nobody knows what happened to her. There are some suggestions that her father, who was a statesman, a very wealthy person, had come and rescued her. Some people think she escaped, so it might be fun to have a story with her as one of the characters, but I don't want her to be the main character of it. And I would like it to be set kind of around that time that she disappears, and like come up with an alternate history explanation of why she disappeared, and having an AI help me come up with whatever happened to her should be very entertaining to me. So I'll start there. All right, so what I wrote was Anne Bonny's vibrant red hair was muted with the grease and grime of the jail cell. Her rail-thin body showed her ribs clearly against her skin under tattered and dirty clothes. Anne leaned against the grime-covered wall of her prison and sang a child's nursery rhyme as her nervous guards looked on. And here's what the AI came up with. "Go on, Anne," said one guard, a man with a thin mustache and round glasses. "Sing us a song." Anne began to sing a familiar nursery rhyme. The guards glanced at each other. "Aye, we must warn her, though." One of the guards fidgeted uncomfortably. "Before you do anything, tell her you know who she is. That could play into her hand. You could tell her that." "What are you talking about?" said the other. "She can only be the one who robbed their safe." "Aye, aye," said the first. So we'll take that. Okay, and then I have to continue on from the partially finished sentence, he. Okay, I think that should be enough. All right, so what I have is he leaned against the bars, and it's the hangman's noose for you tomorrow. But it doesn't have to be that way. Your father, Anne's eyes flicked toward the man reflected in his glasses. My father doesn't care about me. He doesn't want a daughter. He wants a doll he can put in pretty little dresses and sell for a profit. Leave me to die. The man looked down at Anne again. Come on, try to forgive him. He knows what's best for you. He does? If I don't have you by the time I'm done, no one will. I'll be back. You don't need to come back. If you need me, Anne, I'll come. I need you to believe me. You're gonna make it. Just wait. Wait and I'll come. Anne shut her eyes tight. A tear slipped down her cheek. It's all right, the man said. I'm right here. I'll protect you. Anne sniffed and kept her eyes closed. And then it says A. All right, so let's see what I can do with that. So it's going for reconciliation, but that's not what I want to happen. I am certain of that, but it means that the guard, it's turning into kind of an ally. Oh, that's all it gave me. And it gave me the word advertisements. I don't even know how I can work with that. I don't know in the 1700s what kind of advertisement she would have seen. Okay, so what I put was as he turned to look at the other guard to command him to bring the carriage around for her escape, Anne began to sing once more. Both guards shivered and paced away so they could make plans in private. Anne wouldn't go with them. She didn't need protecting. Live like a dog, die like a dog, she whispered. So it gave me, then who cares about memories? A lie, but a good lie. The tears came anyway. Advertisements. I don't know what to do with the word advertisements. Let's see what to do. So let's look up London stores in the 1700s. So what I wrote was advertisements for a local grocer fluttered through the bar window. Anne used the paper to wipe her tears. Is that what you are then? A whipped dog? The lilting voice carried in through the bars of the window. Anne straightened where she sat. I am not a whipped dog. My child is dead. My crewmates are dead, and I am tired. So the AI put in, there was a silence. Anne drummed her fingers on the cold window. The peach leaves had turned scarlet. A crow cawed and alighted on the sill. A rat scuttled into the dark recesses of the cell. You cannot bring her back, whispered Anne. Why should I be the one to decide that? Do you deny that she is dead? No, I don't. But if you want to save yourself, please release me. I do not wish to harm you. Harm you? You would bring harm upon my family by your presence. Do you know why you are? And then it ends. All right, so let's see what I can do with that. So what I wrote was, do you know why you are still alive, Anne? Just lucky that way. A woman's face appeared in the window, grinning mischievously. Her green eyes danced under a veil of red curls. Because you weren't meant to die yet. And you won't harm me, I assure you. I am here to make sure that you live on your own terms. So here's what it came up with. Anne snorted. She did not like being called a goddess. Tell me, Anne, what should you do with yourself? Fight, of course, and find true love. Ew, it went the true love route. A feast to win back your soul. I like that. I'll be by at 9 to take you to the moon if you're interested. Wow, that went a weird direction. The speaker shook her head, hands fumbling at the curtains. She straightened to them and faced Anne once more. I'm leaving. You're still here? Yes, I couldn't take your competition. Anne let out a deep sigh. You're very young. Today I got a really good start on my AI story. I learned a little bit about the limitations of using artificial intelligence for trying to write a story, but mostly I just had a lot of fun trying to make this story work. I'm going to continue the story next time, but for now I'm just going to stop here. If you can't possibly wait for any more from me, then you should consider following me on Twitter and Twitch. There will be links in the description below. And thanks for joining me today on CC Writes. I really hope you enjoyed our time together, and I will see you later. I feel like it just kind of ignored me. Oh no, there's a dragon. Call out for help if there are more zombies than you can handle. Oh my goodness, there are zombies now. How am I going to contend with zombies and dragons? It was a good plan so far as this. Oh no, there are fairies.